Herman, nice to talk to you. So I wanted to open up by asking you about theory. What do you think the role of theory is in the broader scientific enterprise that is management science?
Well, theory is absolutely critical. First of all, if you want to get your paper published, if you read the mission statements of the top journals, at the top of the list is your paper has to make a contribution to theory. Editors look at contribution to theory, reviewers look at contribution to theory. So if your paper does not make a contribution to theory, it is unlikely it will get published. But when you think about it, there's a very good reason for that. Because theory is just a fancy word for do we understand what's going on? And if your statement about your theory includes the word because, then that means you have a theory because you are explaining an aspect of organizations. So if you're explaining why some employees leave a company and why some employees do not, that is a theory on turnover. If you are explaining why some employees perform very well and why other employees do not perform as well, that's also a theory. It's a theory on job performance. So at the end of the day, our goal as management researchers is to understand organizations, to understand the function of organizations, to understand why individuals do certain things in organizations. And to do so, we need theories. We need explanations. So that's why theory is just a fancy word for really understanding what is going on, and that's why theory is so important.
So let me follow up and ask, what is the role that theories play together? Because if it's about explanation of particular phenomena, how do theories build in the science?
The process of theory building is very interesting because we have, on the one hand, the need to develop more and more theories to explain more and more things. On the other hand, I think we have an unnecessary proliferation of theories. And that is due to the fact that theories are rarely proven false. And if you think about the work of philosophers of science like Karl Popper, for example, who talked about falsification as a critical criterion for a good theory. A good theory should be and could be falsified in some way. But how many researchers are known for proving that a theory doesn't work?
Right.
How many people have become famous and how many people accrue a lot of citations for proving that something doesn't work or something doesn't exist? So this is why we have more and more theories building up, but few theories are being disproven and falsified. So we have this garden filled with I think is a lot of weeds. And we need to do some theory pruning to cut down the very large number of theories that we have at this point.
So would it be possible to just eschew theory? Let's ignore the fact that theoretical contributions are listed in the journal's requirements. If we just said, hey, let's back off on that and really severely limit the amount of theory that exists in an article, does that work?
I would rephrase that and I would say, at the end of the day, our role as researchers is to understand what is going on. Mm-hmm. So our role is to create, build, and test theories because theories is what practitioners need to do things in organizations. They need to know the why of things. But the way we reach a theory or we arrive at a theory could be through different paths. So I would say we shouldn't force everyone to go through the same hypothetical deductive way of testing and producing theories, which is I have a hypothesis and I test it, I have a hypothesis and I test it. But you can use inductive procedures and you can start with a research question that eventually might lead to theory building or creating as opposed to theory testing.